What's up, Spartans? This is JAG, aka Leonidas, coming to you live from 300. On today's video, I'm going to be showing you an amazing Arena 4 Hog deck. Now, whether you're new to the channel or you've come to this video from my other Arena 4 deck, I'm going to show you how to use this deck to win consistently. A couple things before we start. One, this deck may or may not work for you. I tried this deck pushing from 1,000 trophies to Arena 5, and I went 11 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie, which really does, it worked quite well, so it should work for you guys too. Let's actually show a little bit, just briefly, of kind of the deck itself, the card levels here. You can see pushed, and you can see the majority of all wins in this case, with again another loss there, the draw, and then a couple other victories at that point. Okay, so getting back into it, number 2, you're going to want all your card levels around the level 6 to level 7 range, and your King Tower to be around the level 5 to level 6 to stand a chance. You'll notice I was a level 4 King Tower with level 5 cards for the most part, and I purposely made my card levels lower and my King Tower lower to show that this deck works even with weak cards. Number 3, you notice my current arena shows that I'm Arena 4. I did that so I can make different types of decks to each for each arena level, as Trophy Road won't let you drop arenas anymore, so I stopped at 1 win prior before getting to Arena 5. Alright, so I have 3 videos to show you today. The first replay is going to be showing how to counter the Prince. The second replay shows how to counter the Balloon, and the third shows how to counter the Hog and Minion Horde. If you have any questions on how to use or face different cards, pop them in the comments down below. So let's begin, and I'll show you the deck here. Alright, so here's the deck. I'll pin the deck in the comments again down below, along with what cards you can replace each of them with. So if for some reason you don't have a card, don't worry, I'll tell you what cards you can replace them with. You'll see the Hog is about your only win condition, but that's really all you need. The average cycle, or the average elixir of this deck is 3.3, which gives you a decent cycle. So let's begin the replays here without further ado before I bore you guys any more to death. So here's the first replay, and you know what, we'll speed through a little bit just to get through that whole initial who's going to drop the first card part. Okay, so you can see the Prince dropped here. I wanted to get to the Skeleton Army. That's how you're going to stop the Prince. You're going to want to use the Skeleton Army. So I dropped the Mini Pekka, and then the Prince, or then the Skeleton Army, just so I can get to it. I dropped the Hog on the other side to really kind of force them to drop other cards on the other side, and that's called a dual lane push. Or an opposite lane push in this case, I guess, since I wasn't pushing both lanes. You're going to use the Baby Dragon here to stop spam cards, other Baby Dragons, things like that. In this case, I had to use the cannon to stop the Mini Pekka. I thought that'd be enough. Unfortunately, it didn't. If they have both the Mini Pekka and the Prince, I would probably use the Skeleton Army against the Prince. Mini Pekka, you're just going to have to either use your own Mini Pekka or maybe the cannon to try and stop it. The Barb Barrel, as you saw there, is great for stopping the Goblin Barrel. Works very well, so keep that in mind. Your Zap is going to be perfect for some spam cards or high troop cards, kind of like the Skeleton Army, as you just saw there. And that's really how, shows quickly how you can actually use all of these cards and how to use them effectively against other types of cards. I mean, it worked really well that all the types of cards you would probably want to use them on are all in the opponent's deck in this case. So, again, you're going to see the Skeleton Army get dropped here. You saw me drop the Musketeer on the back end, just kind of collect a bit of elixir, be able to stack up a little bit of a defense. Here you're going to see me drop the Baby Dragon to kind of help stop the Witch. The Baby Dragon works great for the Witch. Going to drop the Hog in here just to drop a little bit of pressure. Musketeer and Baby Dragon are going to clear up that other Baby Dragon. And as you can see on both sides now, I've done quite a bit of damage to their tower. And this is considering their level 6 Crown Tower to my level 4. And even card levels, they have, I think, around 1 to 2 levels higher on the majority of cards. Again, nice and easy. You're just going to drop that Barb Barrel there, stop the Goblin Barrel. Just keep in mind, be careful where they drop the Goblin Barrel. They can kind of choose, and you don't want to miss with your Barb Barrel, because then you're going to get quite a bit of damage done to your tower. Again, Baby Dragon for Witch, great counter. So you know what, we're going to speed through a bit on this, kind of getting repetitive, and this is going to be a pretty much a done match in this case. Use the Mini Pekka to defend as you can. Skeleton Army works well there. Barb Barrel again missed that one goblin from the Goblin Barrel. Didn't make too much of an issue. You're going to see here that I'm going to be able to finish this off and get that 3 crowns. So this deck works very well. You're just going to have to get a bit used to it on how to use it and how to counter it. But that's really what the next couple replays are going to show, and how to stop some of those harder cards like the Balloon, which is going to be a pretty tough one to stop, and you'll notice if you face it as well. So let's jump into the second replay here. Whole goal of this is I really want to show how to stop the Balloon and kind of face it. You're going to see probably a combo of a balloon prince, but this deck works very well against countering it as long as you know how to. So let's again continue here and go from that. Probably do it at double speed just to start at least. And now we're a little underway. So let's drop. Cannon's going to work great to stop the hog. It's going to work great at pulling over the giant. If for some reason you see the Pekka or the golem in your arena as well, then you're going to be able to pull them over too. It kind of drags them to the middle, gives yourself enough time to kind of shoot down the cards with your Musketeer or any other cards you use as defense as well, and allows your towers also to shoot anything. There, I tried to actually drop the Musketeer and actually take out the Mega Minion there from the distance, but a little bit of misplacement on my part, not a huge issue. Here, I'm going to drop probably the cannon. Yeah, the cannon works great. Like I said, drags to the middle, allows your crown tower to shoot their cards, plus you're going to be able to defend a little bit with the cannon. In this case, you see the prince coming up. You know I'm going to use that skeleton army. They drop the dragon in advance, and what you're going to see here is I actually wait to drop my dragon so they both lock on, and then I drop the skeleton army to try and stop the prince. Unfortunately, they had the zap, but that's when I used the Barb Barrel in there to take out the remainder of the prince. So in this case, they are 3 levels higher with about 2 level cards higher on the majority of them, so I'm doing pretty well so far considering. In this case, you're going to see I tried to drop the cannon, didn't work too well as far as dragging the hog, dropped it a little late. That was mainly due to elixir there, but my Musketeer is still alive in this case, and so at this point I'm just going to drop the hog, try and do a little bit of offensive counter pressure, and here you're going to see me use that zap, and I'm going to at least get a few more hits on that tower, and that's really what I'm trying to get for, especially with 1 minute left in the game, and I'm so low at 372. So I'm going to drop the mini Pekka here. That's actually a great way to stop the Valk Prince push, is you kind of drag over the Valk one way, and then you drop the Skeleton Army on the other side. So the Skeleton Army actually distracts the Prince, and then whatever troop you have then takes out the Valk, so you really don't lose a lot of your Skeletons, and you're able to take both. And that was the plan, basically, what I was trying to do. Drop the Hog here again, trying to get that little bit of damage left. You get about 30 seconds left in the game, so it really comes down. That zap is going to be crucial against stopping the Skeleton Army, as you're going to see here. Was able to get a few more hits because of that as well. Mini Pekka is going to work great, and here's actually where you're going to see me try and stop the balloon. So what I do is I try and drop, especially if the balloon's high level, try and drop my aerial cards, and you're actually going to try and drag it with the cannon. And right there, you actually see that it's going to work very well. Drop the Skeleton Army, try and stop that little bit extra push with the Hog. But you're going to see that balloon, if you remember looking back, it actually goes backwards instead of going towards the tower. And that's really timing and placement. It'll take a little bit of practice, but that's how you're going to go about actually trying to stop the balloon with this deck. And then from here, the rest of the game is going to be pretty much done, running out of cards on their part. So Mini Pekka is going to get a bit of damage on the tower, and that's going to be game, set, and match. So we're going to get on the second, onto the next replay, and then go from there and see how you can go about stopping a couple other cards as well. So let's continue, and that will be on replay 3, actually. Okay, so the last replay, this one I'm going to speed through a bit, probably about 2 speed, just so we can move on and not drag it out too long. So again, going to drop the Hog on the other side. As soon as I see them drop a card on the other side, if it's nothing too threatening, I'm going to drop the Hog, really try and force them to drop troops on the other side to kind of split their attack. It makes it a lot easier to defend. So with the Mega Minion, or sorry, the Minion Horde, you're really going to want to use the Baby Dragon for defense. At first I had the minions in this deck, and then I figured it would work a lot better with the Baby Dragon, especially if you get the Minion Horde against you. It gets pretty hard to stop otherwise. You can use also alternatively the Zap to zap them, and then your tower can probably do the rest of the damage and take them out. Or worst case scenario, if your cards are a little underleveled like mine, then you can use the Musketeer too, but ideally you won't need that. Pekka's great also for stopping Hog if you don't have the cannon in cycle. Sorry, the mini Pekka. And if you get it out the tower, you can get a good amount of damage on them with a couple hits like you saw there. And at this point, that's pretty much going to be game. I think they just gave up in that case. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. And before I sign off, I just want to know what's your favorite card, and if you need a deck, what card deck do you want me to make? And let me know in the comments down below for which arena as well, in case you need some help. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you in the next video. This is going to be JAG signing off. Peace out.